Countryside, it's Joe Smith, your general manager, and today is Monday, January 12th, and we're starting today's video with some golf updates. And I've got Herbie, our director of golf, and JD, our golf course superintendent, to help me with some of those updates. Guys, activity is off the charts. Members are beaming with excitement, which is awesome. And I keep hearing about golf course conditions. The golf course, again, as we look behind us here, the golf course looks awesome right now. But we're having a lot of activity. And as we like to do every year, this time of year, is just, share some reminders, to keep everybody enjoying the course, keeping the conditions in the shape that they are, and really just, making the rounds playable and fun, enjoyable, right?
Yes.
So maybe we start with some general cart reminders. And we've got a golf cart behind us here as an example of
beautiful golf carts.
Probably where not to park a cart. We don't want to pull up on a tee box, correct?
Maybe not.
And not that happens regularly, but JD, you'd said to me, one of the things we want to talk about this year is to make your own path, right?
Yeah.
So tell me what that means.
Absolutely, Joe. What we often see is that when we get heavy play, often you'll see carts driving in the same area. And over an extended period of time, well, now just even a couple of days, you'll really start to see some wear and tear on the turf. So yeah, we could put up signs and say go another way, but what we found in the past, Joe, is that carts will go right to the edge of that signage and then go. And so what you'll have is every cart that day driving in that same spot.
Right.
What we like to do, we don't want to clutter up the course with signs like a public golf course. What we'd like for you to do is just make your own path. In other words, just scatter, in other words. You might have heard that word before. So
no, that makes sense. If you see some cart trails through the grass, don't drive through those. Drive elsewhere, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
How about 90-degree rule, and when should you be in the fairway?
Well, whenever you can, use the 90-degree rule. I mean, if you've hit a great drive all the way up the fairway and your partner has as well, stay on the cart path as much as possible until you get to where your ball is, and then drive on the fairway. That would be good. Yeah.
We want to utilize those cart paths as much as possible, in particular around the tees and greens. Make sure you utilize the cart path. Make sure you have all 4 tires on the cart path, because those cart path edges really get worn down with the traffic that we have.
That's a great point, Joe.
So we shouldn't be doing this.
Probably not.
Okay.
Well, no,
All right. How about let's talk about filling divots, repairing ball marks, raking traps. One of the things I like to say, and we talk about this kind of generally, is we're all stewards. Stewardship is a big thing, and stewardship is leaving things better than how you found them, right?
Absolutely.
That's true.
So we talk about that on the grand scale. Like, we like to leave the club better than how we found it.
Yes.
Our board members leave the club, their board positions, better than how they found it. But even on the micro scale, when you're playing golf,
Absolutely.
right? Leave the course better for the group behind you.
Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about those.
Well, it's golf etiquette, Joe. It's in the USGA rules of golf even. Golf etiquette is part of the game. Part of the rules of golf is course care. And you as owners of this golf course, listen, I know there's a lot of people here that take great care of this golf course, and maybe kindly reminding other people, or maybe helping other people. Hey, I don't know, but I've had a few bad holes in my life, and it's nice when maybe I've hit it over the green that somebody, I may have hit the front of the green with my ball mark, but it pitched all the way off. It's nice when somebody else has gotten my ball mark for me, or I'm having a really bad hole and maybe somebody has helped by raking the bunker for me, or even reminded me kindly to fill in my own divot. And I was just reminded by the Greens Committee, if we could, and this is, I'm so glad that they reminded me of it, is when you fill a divot, to step on it. And why is that? Is it helps actually my department and my mechanics keep the reels sharp.
Really?
Because if the sand is sticking up and the mower mows over it, well, sand really dulls out the reels. So it's just a little important reminder.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And I always remember there's a saying, if you're on the green and you repair your ball mark, repair another one.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's a common,
I've heard that
when
before.
I think of
Yes,
stewardship.
absolutely.
So if you fix your ball mark and there's another one next to it, or a few in the area, fix those other ones.
Yeah,
right?
I've always said, you fix your ball mark plus one.
That's awesome.
If everybody
Good
did that,
reminder.
imagine the putting surface we'd be able to provide.
Well, it's super important because even when we do fix our ball marks during our cool temperatures, these are warm season grasses, and it's nice that we have this nice warm weather.
Yes.
I'm even wearing my sun sleeves today. But when we get into cooler temperatures, it's not going to recover very fast. So if you fix your ball mark, it aids in recovery.
Beautiful.
So,
beautiful. Joe, let's talk real quick about pace of play.
Yes.
So
It's always a hot topic. And with the increased activity, pace of play it's going to have an effect on pace of play. The easiest and best thing to remind you is if you're in contact, you can see the group in front of you, you're not in violation of pace of play.
Yeah.
The rounds of golf are expected to take 4 hours or less. That's for 18 holes. Obviously 2 hours or less for 9 holes. And we do notify you on the card. It'll let you know if you're behind pace. That pace on the card is set for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And just kindly be respectful to everybody around you. If you can't see the group in front of you and you notice the group behind you is waiting, you might be the problem.
Yeah, that's a good reminder. And when you talk about being respectful, be respectful to our Rangers as well.
Mm-hmm.
You and Mike Batter and Tyler, you guys had a great meeting to kick off season and talk about expectations. And we will be addressing pace of play this year. Yeah. And that's what you all want us to do that. Yep. So again, it all goes back to really keeping the round of golf as enjoyable as possible
for everyone.
Right?
Yep. Yeah.
Right? All right. Should we move from the lecturing on to the fun stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there fun stuff? I think there is.
I think there is. So talk to me a little bit about the next week or week and a half here in your areas.
You want to?
Yeah, sure. We have Todd Lowe, our golf course consultant, coming on Wednesday. Yes. And we're really excited about that. The Greens Committee is going to meet with him, and we're going to go over some studies that we've already started with organic matter. We did some tests before this past summer, and then we did some heavy aerification this summer, and then he did some tests after the summer. So he's going to go over those results with us, and we're also going to continue to develop our summer schedule program.
Beautiful.
And hopefully, shortly this week, we can get a schedule out and hand it over to you, Joe, so that we can inform the membership of our summer aerification schedule. Mm-hmm. So it's very exciting, and it's also very exciting because there'll be other things talked about as well.
Yeah.
Todd can answer questions, and I will certainly ask him questions as well. So it's a great week.
And if I could just give a shameless plug.
Absolutely.
We had Todd on the podcast back in December.
Yeah.
You and him and myself.
Yeah.
So if you haven't listened to that and you're interested in anything grass or turf related, that was a real good episode to check out. Always enjoy talking to him. And I know the Greens Committee is excited to spend some time with him later this week.
Absolutely.
So. All right, Joe.
Yeah, well,
golf is booming, as we said. What's going on?
As January comes, obviously tournament season has also come. Lots to look forward to. We've got the men's and women's match play qualifiers last week. Match play starts this week. There's also a couple big tournaments where registration is open. The men's betterment tournament, which will be February 11th and 13th. Registration is open. Also the ladies 18-hole member registration is open for that. That event is February 3rd and February 5th. I also want to mention later this month, January 26th and 27th is a big charity event.
Oh, yes.
And there's an opportunity for lady 18-holers, lady 9-holers, as well as the men to all be part of it. And it's a really great event, so check that out as well.
Awesome. And they can register through...
Now, for all of that is register in the golf shop.
Beautiful. Yep. Awesome. And that's all open?
All
Fill
open.
it up.
Fill it up.
Beautiful. What else, guys? Does that cover it?
That does.
For right now? For this week at least?
For this
We
week.
just want everybody to enjoy being down here, enjoy all the amenities that we have here. We now have pickleball.
Yeah.
And, hey, let's not forget about tennis and bocce, but we've got beautiful weather most days, and we've got a lovely golf course. So.
Beautiful. Cool. Well, I'm going to go catch up with Scott. Guys, thank you as always.
Thank you.
And happy golfing, right?
Sounds good.
Right.
We'll see you soon.
Scott. How's it going?
It's going great, man.
That's what it sounds like.
Cooled down a little bit, I see. Right?
Yeah, I was out there with Joe and JD. It was hot.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
But when you're out there and you're talking and the sun's beating down on you, it gets a little warm.
It does get a little warm.
You know what? It's can't complain about 82 and sunny, right?
In January.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
So stop complaining.
Hey, no, you know what? We don't want to complain.
I'm just
because things are great.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I heard in their departments. Like,
awesome.
Golf course conditions are awesome.
Beautiful, man.
We got golf tournaments gearing up here, middle of season.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
We shared a bunch of reminders on golf course and golf course conditions and etiquette and whatnot.
Awesome, man.
I do have one more reminder though before we get into your stuff.
Okay.
Just golf related.
My stuff, you say?
Kind of like golf and food and beverage.
Okay.
The complimentary coffee station down there. I've heard from members, and I've been asked to mention this as a reminder. The complimentary coffee station is really for members to enjoy a cup of coffee here at the club.
Okay.
Not to bring a carafe from home and fill it up.
Sure.
And just a reminder, like all members pay for that. It's in our operating budget. Yeah. It's a nice little benefit.
Oh, sure.
We run through a ton of coffee, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
But I had some members ask me if we could just shoot that little reminder out there and just, again, you know,
understandable.
Be courteous, right?
Of course, man.
So, Scott,
sounds good.
I'm looking at the upcoming week here, and we've got some cool stuff. And I think the main thing we really want to touch on is what's happening on Saturday.
Exactly. So today starts off a busy week for us.
Yes.
Starts off a busy week because you know what we haven't done in a while, Joe? We haven't handed out wristbands.
That's right. What do we hand out wristbands for?
We hand out wristbands for concert entry and tickets, right?
That's right.
That's your ticket to the concerts. For those that don't know or those that might have forgotten, because it's been a little while since we've done a concert, right? Especially been a little while since we've done a concert out back at the practice range.
Can't wait.
So we're excited to get back out there and do that. We've got Creedence Clearwater.
That's a tough one.
Creedence Clearwater Revival. We've got a tribute band coming out this Saturday. First concert since last March out in the parking lot.
Yes.
So we're excited to get those back rolling again. We'll have wristbands available here starting at 10 o'clock on Monday. Today.
All right.
To be handed out throughout the week. So if you've signed up or you're looking to sign up, plenty of space still available, right? Plenty of space still available. Come on in. You can pick up your wristband at the host stand.
Yep.
Rosa will have some as well at the reception desk, but really the host stand would be the best place to get it during the day. So starting at 10 o'clock on Monday, and then the host stand's available. Jamira is going to be there through the remainder of the week, usually from 9 a.m. to at least 3 p.m. And so that's kind of what we're going to start it off with, right? Cool. We've got a good amount that are signed up, but like I said, we're looking for more. I know you've thrown the gauntlet out there a couple times. Yeah. This is kind of the start of our concert series this season, and we're looking forward to start really big and positive.
So much fun.
It is, for sure, yeah.
Just as a reminder, the concert starts at what time on Saturday?
The concert itself will start at 7 o'clock.
Yes, but the
food starts at 5.
5 o'clock.
Exactly.
And if I'm bringing my chair down to the practice range, I can put it out after 2 p.m. Saturday.
After 2 p.m. on Saturday is what we're asking for, yes.
So we are getting the stage set up on Friday, so you'll see that happening later this week.
Yeah.
But again, you can't bring your chairs down until after 2 o'clock on Saturday. Pick your spot. We'll have an aisle laid out.
Exactly. There'll be plenty of time. We're going to be doing the food tent. Starting at 5 o'clock, it's going to be out back here.
Yep.
Right back behind the dining room. We've got the pavers that are out back there. I'm going to start screaming a little bit louder here. The back green will be kind of cordoned off just to allow for space for people to come up and order their food from there. But there'll probably be some room along the edge of the back green as well if people wanted to set up their chairs there.
Beautiful. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Out, pool bar open, and I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun.
The pool bar is going to be our bar that night, so you'll be able to get drinks from there starting at 5 o'clock, but really all day.
Yeah.
We're not closing outside. The kitchen's going to close 2 o'clock. I'm sorry, 2
Okay.
o'clock. We're going to stop lunch, both inside and outside.
Yep.
Just so we can start getting ready for that concert
Sure.
at night. So,
Cool.
but the pool bar itself really won't shut down. You'll be able to get drinks throughout the day if you're out at the pool,
Yeah.
or if you're coming in and want to get a drink a little bit early.
Awesome.
But we will be kind of in setup mode at a certain point.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot going on kind of in that area. Yeah, we're looking
great.
forward to it. Exactly.
I don't want to take any luster away from this weekend's
Okay.
concert, but I heard something cool about the band that's coming in March.
Yeah, sure.
Turnstiles.
Sure. Let's talk about it, Joe. Right?
So-
I honestly, all of our concerts this year are really exciting because, like we're starting up January, and I say CCR is here, and that's really cool. A lot of great hits. February is going to be a huge show for
Ben
us.
Allen.
We got Ben Allen, who's a great local act, does a ton of different songs.
You all have been pleading for us to bring
Yeah,
it back.
yeah.
So that's February.
So we've been able to get him back, and that's on Valentine's Day too. So it's hey,
Great date
Valentine's Day show,
Great date
exactly.
night, yeah.
But starting in March, we've got a little group that we had about 6 years ago.
Yes.
They were here for the grand reopening of the golf course. We had a concert that evening. Turnstiles is the name of the band.
Yeah.
They are a Billy Joel tribute band, and I don't know. You were going to jump on that.
I
so I'll
was
let
going to
kinda
say,
get
if
in there
you've
and
watched
say it.
the news lately,
Yeah.
you would have seen that the Billy Joel,
Yes.
who we should all be keeping in our prayers because he's not
Yes,
doing well.
exactly, yeah.
The Billy Joel actually joined Turnstiles
He
on
did.
stage for a few classics
Exactly.
last week over in Wellington.
Over in
Florida.
Wellington on the East Coast.
So-
Exactly. Yeah.
Apparently, Turnstiles has been getting all kinds of publicity.
Yeah, no doubt.
They're in the national news. Really
Exactly.
cool thing. Heartwarming.
Yeah. No doubt. It's-
And hey, most importantly is they meet Billy's approval.
exactly. Exactly.
Right?
We got a call. Well, we got multiple calls, right, from the gentleman who books these concerts for us about how excited he was that this happened, and the fact that this band kind of jumped up a little bit in cost.
That's right.
For everybody else, we had them kind of locked in at this point.
But we're good.
We were okay, but their price tag has kind of gone up a little
Yeah.
bit because of this story and the publicity that they've gotten. And like you said, the fact that they're Billy Joel approved really is
cool.
a big deal. So
that's certainly not one to miss.
Something to look forward to in March.
There's a small part of me that wants to say you're not allowed to come to that one unless you come to the
look at you.
Clearwater Revival.
Oof.
But,
yeah, that's
we're not going to go there. But
okay.
anyways,
I got you.
we do. My point is, there's
Come to
more
all-
space.
Come to all.
Come to all of them, but
great shows,
let's
a lot of
kick off
fun.
this first one with a bang.
Exactly.
I said 1,000. If we can get 700,
Sure.
it'd be
I mean,
awesome. We'll
why
get
not?
close.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, man.
So the other things here I have, Scott, we got some new menus.
Sure.
You want to talk about them real quick?
So we just to kind of jump backwards again a little bit.
Okay.
Last week, Italian night, right?
Oh, yeah.
Had our second Italian night of the season. Very well attended. We had right around 300 people in house,
Awesome.
in the dining room, in the lounge. We had the food set up
So
in the
cool.
lobby. Pasta station back in the dining room, which was really cool to see. Everybody was really complimentary on the food.
Yep.
Just a lot of people in the building, so it was really, really good to see. And kind of moving forward now, Chef Jay has been working on some new menus.
Yeah.
He's had plenty of time, he's got nothing going on. I'm just
He was home recovering.
Yes,
I know he was
exactly.
knocking out a lot of these while he was
he
home,
was.
kind of,
He was. He was trying to keep himself busy.
Yeah.
He definitely was. So that was something that we've been talking about for a little while now is getting new menus on track. So he's ready to go with them.
Awesome.
So this week, as a team, we're going to be getting together and doing a little food show for the staff.
Okay.
So we get a chance to kind of see everything that's new, which is going to be a lot of new stuff.
Yep.
So both lunch, bar menu, pizza menu,
Yep.
are going to be introduced starting next week, which is going to be Monday.
Okay.
I believe the 19th.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yep.
Awesome. And then starting that Wednesday, which will be the 21st, we're going to start a new dinner menu.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then Pool Cafe is coming the week after next.
Pool Cafe should
right?
be towards the end of January,
Okay.
at the very latest, the beginning of February.
Beautiful.
We want to just kind of get on track with the new menus inside, and then we're going to be introducing a new menu outside as well. So,
Very cool.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
A lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, I can't wait to get the new menus out there.
Yes.
Maybe throw in some one bite reviews.
No doubt. We got some lined up, I think.
Yeah, I think we're overdue for a few. It's going to be fun.
Excellent.
Just a few other kind of basic reminders or odd ends things. This evening, we've got our town hall meeting, 4 o'clock here in the dining room.
Excellent.
So come on down for that. General forum, myself, our board president, rest of the board will be here to answer questions if anything comes up. And then this week, we've got pickleball clinics starting with Elias.
Yeah, man.
So again, those you would sign up for down at Pickleball. There's a board up with sign-up sheets. It says pickleball on it. So you'll sign up down there.
Awesome.
If you're just coming to use the courts on your own time or with friends, you would sign up online for that. And then just one more week out.
Yeah.
Sunset Yoga.
Yes.
Out on the pool deck. Well, actually, I think we're doing it back here.
Yeah, we're doing it out back
here. Little
Some
bit of
hors
d'oeuvres and cocktails afterwards.
Sure.
So sign up for that with Tara. And, it's going to be fun.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So
yes, it is.
Beautiful. Scott, anything else, or does that cover it?
I think we're good, Joe.
All right, we'll land this plane.
Awesome.
Countryside, thanks for watching, and see you around the club this week.